life has evolved. I've just started to feel a little more generous towards my own past.
He must have thought, oh, we're all still alive, we better do it quick.
I took a rubber bone out of my hip and inserted it in my neck because I lost the use of my arms.
If we can, why shouldn't we, you know?
That is the original members of Cream talking about getting back together in 2005. That's Ginger Baker, Jack Bruce, and of course Eric Clapton. And that is their song that we're going to be going through, Sunshine of Your Love. And I've figured the things that you can probably glean off this song is a little bit about power chords, a little bit about sevenths as well, and chromatic scale off of like a segment of the blues scale. So we'll go over the chromatic one first. It's kind of interesting. If you were to start with your pentatonic scale and do this, so we're on 13 of the first, down to 10, and this is all based on D because the song's in D, right? So that's your anchor finger is going to be on 10th. That's your D fret. So 3 frets up, back to the anchor finger, 3 frets up on the next string, back to the anchor, 3 frets up. Now that's your blues note. Then you're going to drop from the 13 to the 12 on the G string, and then back to your anchor. We'll just focus in on those 3 strings for now. And if you listen, each one of those is descending a semitone down, or a fret. So when you're moving a fret up each time, or a fret down each time, that particular run that you're doing is called chromatic, okay? Now if you take this and move it down a whole octave, you get this. Okay, and those notes are from... Okay. Now, what I'm doing there, you can either just play a power chord, and if you're familiar with power chords, this is going to be on the 10th, and this is going to be on the 12th. So the 10th is on the low E, the 12th is on the A, and if you really want to fill it out, you can also put your baby finger underneath here and pick off the 12th of the D string as well, and then you get this. You can do that. Or, if you're comfortable with it, you bar straight across 10 and you play an E7, like you normally would way down here. Okay, your E7, use those fingers and then slide the whole thing up. So it's on, that bar's on 10, and that's a D7 right there. And you're going to go from there to a C7 and then back. Just like that. Okay, and then you're going to follow that with the chromatic run down. Okay, and then following the chromatic, you're going to go to the root, in this case it's the D, to the minor third, and then back to the D. Now you can do an inflection there by just doing a lot of vibrato off the minor third, and in this case you're going to be on the 8th of the A string, and your root is on 10th of the low E. You can do that, or you can trill it. What I mean by that is you can play this note on the 8th and then quickly hammer with your second finger on the 9th of the same string and then just pull it off several times, like that. Or, okay, and if you want to, as I've done earlier, you can spice it up by doing different octaves. Either way, you're going to be just experimenting a lot with the blues scale. And again, the blues scale is a pentatonic scale with one extra note. And that note is that bluesy note. Okay? It's known as a flatted fifth. And a pentatonic would normally be... blues. And all the way down. Okay, and again, the power chords you're using there can either be played here, and if you're playing just straight power chords, or you can do it down here as well. So you're going to go from 5th of the A to 3rd and then back to 5th of the A. Okay. Okay. Experiment a lot with it. There's a lot of things you can do with this, but in essence, that's basically the whole song. There is other parts to it, like it goes from the G to the F, and then it still does that same chromatic, but it's doing a chromatic off of a different scale, and then in that case, it's now you're into, before we were into the D blues, then off of the G you'd be doing the G blues. Okay, but essentially it's still that chromatic feel. There's lots of things you can do with this, and you're going to find that in general, blues players, rock players tend to do a lot of things where it's just kind of off the cuff. They're making it up as they go along based on these sort of scales. So hopefully that's helpful, and have fun with it. And next time around, we'll be going through the blues scale with Led Zeppelin's Heartbreaker.